Are you a medium? Have you ever wondered, is it possible to see a ghost? And what would happen if you could hear dead people? So here's the deal. If you're one of those people that are interested in taking a mediumship course online, I'm going to run a contest right here in this video. Hi everyone, I'm Diana Palm, and I am a medium. It wasn't always that easy to say though, and I grew up Catholic where we didn't even talk about mediums. I didn't even know the word medium until I was much older. But the fact remains is that I was extremely empathic and very, very sensitive to the spirit world throughout my life. I was also quite psychic, and if I was sitting in a room full of people, it was very overwhelming because I was literally picking up on all their emotions. I knew if somebody was being abused at home. I knew if somebody was sick. I would literally see creatures kind of climbing all over people's bodies when they were carrying really dark emotions or being very tormented with different types of abuse or substance abuse issues, addictions. I don't know if you guys remember this movie with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, but the movie is called Devil's Advocate, and there's this one scene in the elevator that depicts what I actually saw with my spiritual sight. They did such a beautiful job in the movie depicting what it looks like. So for those of you that don't have spiritual sight, you'll see that image in the movie and understand what's actually going on behind all the turbulent feelings and emotions that you have when you're around certain people. Yes, these energies are real, and I was seeing that on people that were in serious need of healing. I guess that's why it was so important for me to tap into my abilities as a healer and really develop those throughout my life, because I found that my mediumship went hand in hand with my healing abilities. For me, it was never separate. For me, it was one and the same. Many mediums grew up being haunted, seeing ghosts, interdimensional beings, entities, dead people. Most of us do go through a lot of different struggles to really open up and gain perspective and experience in working with many different spiritual energies before we embrace our mediumship and put ourselves into service. If you're in this position right now and you're kind of figuring out if you want to develop your mediumship or you want to learn more about the spirit world so that you feel empowered by your skills, it's like getting the manual for a car so you can finally learn how to drive it. So learning about your own skills and abilities that you came into this life with will really empower you to be your fullest and feel the happiest and feel like that's what it was all for. Thank goodness. So I've got a couple movies that I have to share with you. Number one, if you're a natural medium, if you were born this way and you've been haunted and life opened you up, you were seeing ghosts, you were seeing spirits, people were coming to you for help, you were having these odd synchronistic things happen. The movie is called Afterlife, and this is with Andrew Lincoln. I believe this was the British packaging. The one in the United States looks like this. It's a 2-season series that came out in 2005. This series really demonstrates what natural mediums live through. And if you are one, you're really going to identify with the character in this movie. There's some scary scenes along the way, but if you've had skills to see spiritually, you've probably already experienced that. So I do highly recommend it. I would get both seasons, 1 and 2, because the story comes to a conclusion. So you'll definitely want both seasons. The other one that I would definitely recommend is a documentary that was available on the History Channel, and I haven't checked recently, but it should still be. And it's wonderful. It's actually called Mediums, We See Dead People. And you can actually order the DVD. This documentary actually gives you a peek into the world of a medium through different lenses, through multiple different mediums that are well known. You'll get a peek into how their mediumship works for them and how they use it to help others. So although I am a medium, I most strongly always identified with being a healer. More than anything in the world, I just really wanted to help people heal. So finding my own path and learning how to develop all of my different skills for healing as a psychic and as a medium and blending them so that I could actually be a service to spirit, help people heal, and fulfill what I feel like I came here to do, which actually lights me up. And I'm very passionate and very fulfilled doing the work that I do. Mediums can all work a bit differently. You might be more familiar with the type of mediums on TV that are able to connect with spirit through mental mediumship and provide messages of love. There are also mediums that work with paranormal. There are mediums that really focus on crossing over spirits that need help, that are earthbound. Some of my friends that are mediums, they work with different organizations to help find the missing. Some mediums choose to combine their mediumship skills with their healing abilities, and that's how they serve the public. And that's how I serve the public. That's the way that I prefer to work. However, all mediumship is incredible, and there are amazing mediums out there. And the world needs more because it's a really beautiful gift to be able to serve spirit and help them reconnect with their loved ones and take away their fear of death. Mediumship is a really sacred art form. It's a spiritual gift that you can actually develop. If you were born a natural medium, your life might have looked a little bit like mine. I saw a lot of spiritual things and knew a lot of psychic information in my early childhood. I was extremely empathic. As I grew older, I began to see spirits and entities. There were quite literally some times when I feared for my daughter's life because I would wake up in the middle of the night and see someone standing at the foot of my bed, and I thought they were going to take my baby from me. There were times for me as a mother that I was terrified of what I was seeing spiritually, and I needed to know more about the spirit world so that I knew I could protect my daughter. I knew I could keep her clear of some of the darker things that I had seen. Mediums all have a different range of frequency, and that determines what they can tune it to and what they can see and experience. For whatever reason, mine was set pretty wide, and I've been able to see and experience a lot, which is why I'm very passionate about teaching people these things so that they can gain the skills and tools to help themselves and others. If you were born a natural healer, you most likely did this work in many past lifetimes. You most likely have ancestors, grandmas or great-grandmas that also have a predisposition for the gifts, that are more spiritually gifted in terms of being able to know the future or feeling really connected, being able to read people easily, or maybe they actually do have dreams of the dying, or maybe they do see spirits. Many natural mediums actually experience psychic attacks. And this happens to be one of the things that tunes us in that we have spiritual gifts we're supposed to be using. Because once you have made it through a spiritual crisis, once you have really learned how to tap into your personal strength and how to survive tragedies, which sometimes seem like one after the next, you really learn how to connect with God and trust your own spirit and trust your spiritual guidance and the angels and everyone else, your support team around you in the spirit world that's there to help. Once you've lived through that, conquered it, and come out the other side, it's kind of natural that you'd want to help other people through it. And I think that's how a lot of mediums live their lives. I came from a family structure that did not believe in mediumship or psychics, but we were taught to pray. And in Catholicism, we always prayed to angels. And so I did feel divinely guided and protected at all times. Now, as a mature woman, I do know that those were my guardian angels, but also my huge spiritual guide team that has been with me and working with me throughout my life. A few different times in my life when I was literally in my darkest hour, I woke to a beautiful male voice, and he would always say the same thing. It was so simple, and he would just come forward and say, "Hello, Diana." But it was like his voice conveyed such love and security and stability that somehow, no matter what was going on in my life, I knew I was safe and protected and that everything would turn out okay. And so that's what grew my strength of faith, was that I knew no matter what it looked like on the outside, I was never ever alone. And I feel that having your faith is a really, really strong element for mediums to have. So if life is shape-shifting you through giving you psychic experiences, lining up synchronicities, allowing you to have these spiritual peaks, and then having experiences where you're going through something very difficult and it feels maybe sometimes like they're opposing energies, take it from me who has lived through this, and I have worked with many, many, many mediums over the years to help them develop their gifts. We all have this in common, but it's what you do with that energy. It's what you wake up to when you move through that energy, when you decide to heal it, when you decide to get through it, when you find that light within yourself, when you find that strength, when you know you're always protected and loved in the spirit world, and you really connect in, you're going to find that you have some amazing spiritual gifts that not only your life will never look that way again, it will never be as difficult as it has been in the past. And if you want to, you'll be able to help so many other people through their life challenges because you'll have gained these skills. So all the things you've been through, they matter, and they're shape-shifting you to be the best medium possible. Some mediums have never even seen a ghost, but yet they can connect mentally through mental mediumship and bring through beautiful, loving messages that heal. So what kind of medium are you? Please put that down in the comments below. I would love to hear if you actually had haunting experiences in your life, if you lived through a spiritual attack, if you felt haunted as a child. I'm so grateful for all the correspondence and all the comments that I get from you guys about all the different spiritual experiences that you've been having. And I know there are so many mediums out there that are finding me now, and we're all finding each other. What I would like to do is offer a certain number. Here's the contest idea. I've been teaching mediumship development for many, many years, and I've decided to create an online course so that I could serve more people globally without having to travel and take up so much time on the road. I've taught it in person for many years, and now I'm moving it into an online format so it's more available for everybody to get to. So the course takes you through many different ways to connect with spirit, how to open up your gifts. It will give you assignments, and it will enter you into a private group of other mediums where you can have a virtual mediumship circle and always be able to practice with others. So I'm really proud about this program. It's been very beneficial. I would like to offer 10 scholarships for full tuition on Master Your Mediumship Online. So here's what you need to do. If you're interested and you would like to be considered for the free scholarship for this course, here's the rules. Number one, I want to hear your story. I want to hear what kind of mediumship experiences you've had. Did you wake up as a medium? Did you have a spiritual attack? Did you wake up and have gifts and abilities or see ghosts? Or was it something you just always longed for and haven't been able to tap into them yet? Whatever your story is, I want to hear what your personal mediumship discovery story is. And I want to know kind of where you are in your path right now, because that really helps me know how I can help you. But here's the deal. You got to get that onto one page. No more than one typed page per entry, because there's going to be a lot for me to read. Go down in the description where it says Master Your Mediumship Online, hit the link, and you'll enter your email. When I receive your email, I will send out a request for your personal bio and your own mediumship discovery story. Once I get those all in, I'm going to go through them all, read them all. I'm going to let Spirit guide me on who to select for this process for the free tuition. I'm really looking forward to hearing all of your mediumship discovery stories. And I think it's wonderful to bring everyone together in a community where you can all learn about the spirit world, the afterlife, mediumship, and all the beautiful ways that our loved ones stay with us. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, make sure you subscribe down below. I post a new video every single Thursday. So that's it. Thanks again for being here, everyone. Have a great day.